Josh McDaniels, if you're watching this, I send my apologies. Yes, you earned the honor last year, but you must still be employed as an NFL head coach to qualify in 2024. It's time to relinquish the belt. The Raiders lost 22-10 to the Chargers on Sunday. They lost for a number of reasons, but Pierce's in-game decision-making certainly didn't help. He made the kind of conservative choices that we rarely see from a coach in the modern NFL. These were straight out of a 1994 coaching handbook. The first baffling decision came with 10 minutes left in the game. The Raiders were trailing 16-7 and faced a 4th and 1 from the Chargers' 14-yard line. This is an obvious go-for-it situation. The Raiders had scored 1 touchdown all game and were now 14 yards away from the end zone. They would have to score a touchdown at some point to win the game. This is when you have to be aggressive. Even if you don't get it, the Chargers would be pinned back. It's 1 freaking yard. But Pierce instead chose to kick a 32-yard field goal. Yet the next decision was even more mind-boggling. The Raiders had a 4th and 1 at the Chargers' 43 with 7 minutes left. They were losing 16-10, knowing they needed a touchdown to win the game. And Pierce punted. You cannot punt in that situation. I don't want to hear about how the Raiders' defense was playing well, or about how it was a long yard, or about how you have to coach with your gut. Punting in that situation is flat-out coaching malpractice. You can't ask your players to give you everything they've got and tell them that you trust them and believe in them and then punt in that spot. Punting there is making a decision that goes 100% against the idea of giving your team the best chance to win. We might not see a more obvious go situation in which a team chooses to punt all season. I'm really not trying to pick on Pierce. I fully understand that game management is just one small aspect of coaching. There is communication and leadership and scheming and a host of other things that Pierce is responsible for. There's also a lot going on during the course of a game, and it's easy for a coach to make a mistake when he needs to think and act quickly. That's why so many coaches have someone in their headset they can trust to tell them what to do in those spots. The big concern for me here is that Pierce was bad at this stuff last season as well. He was the most conservative coach in the NFL after taking over from the aforementioned McDaniels midway through the 2023 season. But I gave him the benefit of the doubt since he was an interim head coach learning on the fly and jumping into a new situation. The fact that no one in the organization addressed this with Pierce during the offseason is troubling. The NFL is all about trying to gain small edges. 9 games in Week 1 were decided by 7 points or fewer. You don't need to be an analytics nerd. You just need to use the data to help you make smart decisions to give your team the best chance to win. Pierce didn't do that on Sunday, and he hasn't done that since he took over last season.